One of the most interesting choices that we make in life is really about who we are and what we choose to be. This generation and the previous generation and the previous generation before that, one of the biggest problems that they have all had and that young people today have is in just their identity of who they are and what they choose to be. It's troublesome because, we talk about peer pressure and people not being able to withstand the peer pressure. We have addictions coming out of our ears. Basically, an addiction is focusing on something to the exclusion of everything else because they don't like who they are or what their life is. My mom was a very interesting little gal. She was a farm wife. She was 20 years younger than my dad. She was his second wife. She was kind of funny. One time we had an old turkey that was just the meanest stinking turkey that you ever saw. Well, one time he made a mistake. My mom was walking across the yard to the barn, and this old turkey decided he was going to take her on. And so he put his wings down and he stuck his old head forward and he gobbled and he started running at her. And she saw that turkey coming and she just reached over and picked up a board, cold cocked the sucker right across the top of the head. The old turkey sat back on his haunches and kind of reeled around and fell over on his side. And my mom, telling the story, said, I thought that I killed the turkey. It scared me to death. But he kind of came to, and for about a week he didn't walk straight. He just kind of walked sideways, then walked sideways the other way. And Mr. Shank came in. She always referred to my dad as Mr. Shank. Came in and she says, I wonder what's the matter with that turkey. And Mom said, well, I don't know. He's just kind of walking funny. Thank goodness, as she's telling the story, thank goodness that old turkey kind of straightened up. But I figured that I better be a little bit more careful how I discipline the livestock. But the fascinating thing about her, she knew who she was, and she had a substance to her that was interesting in the way she handled any criticism or any challenge to a decision that she made or something that she said. If somebody would say, well, Gladdy, I don't know about that, and I think you're kind of off base a little bit there or whatever, she'd kind of sit and think a little bit. She'd adjust her little spectacles, and she'd say, me am who me am. And if you think about it, if each of us could say about ourselves, and we could say about what we'd accomplished, what we'd done, what we'd decided, what we'd said, me am who me am. And maybe if each of us could identify ourselves and be so confident in who we are and what we intend and what we stand for, that we could say, I am who I am, and I'm good with that. And I like me best when I'm with me. It would be a real accomplishment for any one of us.